Hey, word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor want a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start, send me the hell shake. Nigga sweeter than a pound case. Eyes on your chin, better watch what your mouth say. Deal with the footballs, got a nigga tripping. Fuck it, nigga keep sipping. AK with the beam on it. Clip sold on like a lean on it. My nigga like behind ball. Move 100 pounds for a lawyer, beat the charge. Jack down, and they play Marshall. If a nigga try to rob, fucking hit him with them. Word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. They don't want a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. 100 bands on your head, get the job done. Throw it up, nigga, where you from? Whole hood hot, cause your nigga hitting licks. Ain't made a meal yet, but he still nigga rich. Stick 'em up, stick 'em up, stick 'em. How you want it, nigga? Full of the semi. Looking for the cash, searching for the bag. Young nigga wildin', throwing up flag. Shooters on the roof with a scope. Money make gon' treat you like the Pope. Keep me in the post.
What's up? For the second time on this lovely Wednesday. What is good? Who already hit the like button as soon as they got here like you supposed to do? Hello. Please come in here and show some love. This will be the last time that we get to discuss the idol. Like, came real quick, didn't it? They snatched that little last episode and said, y'all don't need 6. What y'all need 6 for? We just gonna give y'all 5 and we are just going to call it a day. They was real shiesty. Before I bring out my lovely guest, I am so excited that they are here. Like, and per usual with the idol, we started with ditties, and I felt like we should end with ditties. You know what I'm saying? So we are here. Like, I am like really, really excited to hear the ladies' opinion on the show, as well as you guys. Remember to comment, like, how do y'all feel? Like, this is it? I don't know. I don't even know what to say. But let me read some of these comments, and we're gonna get our people in the room and introduce you to some new faces. This is gonna be a really great live. Let's see. I can't wait for this. Already hit the like. See, that's what I'm talking about. People come in here and do what needs to be done. Let's see. Struggle Reviews has the best sense of humor from Oz. Thank you to my Jessica, my number one ace boom coon from Australia. I appreciate you every single time you come through. Let's see. Lady Strange. Oh, Lady Strange is here on the freak tip. Hey, Lady Strange 67. Thank you so much for being here. Joshua, hi. Thank you. Knowledge Seeker. Oh, my love. All my love is in the house already. I'm absolutely adoring all of that. Thank you for being here, Knowledge Seeker 78. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know you could sing, Tyra. Like, here y'all go trying to pipe me up, make me think I could sing. I ain't better play with you, Michael. Hey, Michael. Thank you. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Welcome back to Nicole. Thank you for being here. You just spent a whole hour and some change with me for the wash. Like, I appreciate you for coming through 3 times today. Let's see. What was it all for? The end has me gone. Like, oh, we gotta talk, Lady Strange. Let's see. Hey, I'm so excited about this review. And Jocelyn made me mad at the end. All right. Already getting into those comments. Now, before I bring out my ace boom coon, Nita the Diva, we have a new face here that I would like to introduce you guys to. She just, and I mean just, because y'all be taking y'all sweet time, hit those 1,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can grow her a little bit more than that from this chat and just moving in the future. This is definitely the first, but not the last time you are going to see her on this channel. Nikki, what's up?
Hello, angels. Hello, angels.
Oh, not the angels. Please, why would you disrespect the chat by coming in and calling us angels? Oh, that rubs my skin all kinds of wrong. How you doing, Nikki?
I'm good. I just was so floored when Jocelyn opened her concert with the Hello, angels. Like,
oh, God. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Before I bring out my guest that we've been doing this every week now. You're new here and we don't know your opinion on the show at all. So could you just give us a little brief description of what you think about it? And then I'm going to tell the people where to find you and go link up with your channel.
Well, I can sum it up with I'll remember it as a bad dream. I wasn't very fond of the series. I actually feel like though it was a good idea. Like there were some good themes explored. I'm
Mhm.
just not sure they did it entertaining or well. Even with the whole situation of we're exploring the dark side of fame or we're exploring this cult or abuse or manipulation, I don't think they knew what they wanted to do. They just kind of went everywhere.
Sounds about right. I thought the show was trash. All right, Crunk Girl 711. See, hey, Tyra in chat. Hello, Modnick 69 Ways. Once again, my loyal people who showed up thrice today, showed up 3 times for me today. Like, I love y'all so much. But I am going to give you the screen so you can let the people know what you do and where they can find you. We're going to bring out Nita, and then we are going to get started. Let's see.
Well, I am Nikki, and my channel is King Nikki TV. And I cover movies, TV shows. I give commentary. We laugh, we cry. But you guys can check me out at King Nikki TV. Yes, there I am. Covering a host of TV shows, movies, mainly horror movies, but we get into a lot of different genres.
It's looking good, Nikki. You talk about a whole bunch of stuff.
I like to run my
it.
mouth.
I love it. It kind of looks like a little bit like my channel. Like it's a whole mixed bag of a little bit of everything. You never know what you're gonna get. Make sure
Yeah.
you guys pull up and go subscribe her. I just, threw her link down there in the chat. And now it is time to dive in. Like, oh my God, let me bring Nita. How you doing, girl? You're on mute, Nita. I think it's on mute. There we go.
Sorry.
There you go.
It was on mute.
That's all right. It wouldn't be a idle live if didn't
It's
one of us
alive.
come on here on mute. How you doing, Nita? Welcome to the chat. Hello, this
I'm
is
doing
Nikki.
good. Hey,
Nikki, this is Nita.
Nikki. Hey, King
Hey,
Nikki.
Diva.
Baby, this is my first time being introduced to you, but guess what? I love you already. So
Thank you.
they can do what they do. I'm gonna be checking you out because I do everything too. I do everything. It's
We all
Yeah, I
working real
checked out
hard.
your page earlier.
We are all working hella hard. I see that the both of you guys do the in just like that Sex in the City situation. So
yeah.
hey, get it
You're
together.
torturing yourself with that show, Diva.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, but before we get started, Nita, can you give a brief little forethought of what you thought about this last episode?
I'm so mad because I feel like we got to the point, but they didn't do a good job at getting to the point. Like, you make me like.
You was looking for it.
What we doing? So, like, when I got there, I was like, oh,
This it?
it took so long to get there. 1, 2, I'm like, but no, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if y'all thought this was the gimme gotcha, it's not the gimme gotcha that you thought it was. It's not that. It was not the gimme gotcha. They like, oh, we gon' no. Absolutely.
No, it wasn't. They thought it was gimme got, and then some. But as I titled it here, this is 5 hours of my life I could never get back, and I'm
Yes,
upset about
ma'am.
that. I could never get back the 5 hours that I spent watching The Idol. Like, I felt like with all of us, especially like when we got into episode 3, it was like, all right, I kind of, it's picking up a little bit. It's gaining a little interest, and then I feel like we just got here. And I love these little glitter tears I put on Tedros because y'all, Tedros was going through it in this episode.
That's what I did like about it.
I,
I feel like Tetris crying didn't really make sense though. Like, how was a pimp crying?
we are literally about to get into it because it's so many things, and we're gonna go back and forth and give our opinions. But of course, we open here with Jocelyn doing what we've seen that she's done for 5 episodes now. We're singing, the song that we created with Tetros, with all that moaning when everybody was in that studio. This is the same song, all that inappropriate touching, but Tetros is low-key nowhere to be found. She's, with the instrumentator. She's doing the notes, doing the little tit for tat that she was doing with Tetros 2 and 3 episodes ago, all by herself. Mm-hmm. Where is Tetros? Tetros is like that's what was sending me. What is going on in this episode that we would literally have Tetros go from 0 to 10 overnight? Like, he just turned into a crackhead out of nowhere. How did you, let me see, I'm gonna come to you first, Nita. How did you feel about us opening? Because they kind of gave us a little brief moment of it at the end of episode 4. He was, snorting and drinking and doing, everybody wants kung fu fighting in the whole 9. And then it was just like a decline from there. But from the Tetros that we met just, episode 1 in this one, what? How did you feel about seeing this sweat hottie mess of Tetros?
Listen, not a crackhead overnight. Damn. Baby, that's what they did. And that's why I was like, what? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I felt like if that's what they were like, I'm serious. Like, you remember when we talked about in the beginning, they said that they wanted a male perspective. They didn't like the way the person was doing it. And I'm like, oh, because they was going to do the gimme gotcha. But it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. But baby, I loved it. I love seeing the Weeknd fall from grace. I love seeing it, baby.
Really?
Did he have the rat tail?
I hated that his decline was, tied to his rat tail. Like, y'all want me to look disheveled. Look, y'all see my rat tail loose? Y'all see these baby hairs lurking in the front of my forehead? Don't I look distraught? I ain't even brushing back my silky.
What a rat
tail? Like,
what a rat tail?
Nita said she loved it. Nikki, how did you feel about? Because I felt like it was really like instantaneous. Like, it was just kind of overnight to me, and just how calculated and just on point and like deceiving he was. I felt like for him to just get here and just be completely like lost and turned out, dirty, sweaty, funky, which is really I thought it was rushed. How did you feel about Tetros's decline?
I completely agree. I'm perfectly fine with the whole maybe Jocelyn was playing dumb. She's the manipulator. I'm okay with that. Listen. But we don't actually see Tetris devolve. It just happens. And that doesn't make logical sense.
Right.
Like, for someone with a personality where you're a pimp, you're dominating, you're controlling, you're a cult leader, I don't care what you lose or how somebody calls you out, you don't just turn into a punk overnight. Like, that doesn't just happen.
It was literally overnight. It was like some gear shifted. And Jocelyn was completely in control of the situation, versus, where we met them. Now, I know, Nita, you and we had a long conversation about Jocelyn last live. And we, she's probably the manipulator. We, low-key underestimated her and what was really going on with their dynamic. But even though we put a lot of these things out into the air about, them plotting on the artist, trying to sign, which was all true. Because look, that's what we do here. Everything we said in last video was on point. But I did not expect to see Tetros this way. But we have her she's very bold about it. Like, I don't need no privacy to tell you how I feel about you. What I need you to do is get out my face. You and your little perm and your little tracksuit, your little velour pants, get all the way up out of my face. You came here, you wanted to use me. Let me see your little artist. I love your little artist. Like, you gave me what I needed and what I wanted. We low-key don't even need you anymore. It's just like he was just letting this happen to him. It's crazy. I think that the aha, like the switcheroo moment they wanted this to be. Look at Chloe's ass playing devil's advocate, literally. Like, not y'all putting them horns on Penny. It was just
Right.
like, I guess the switcheroo was maybe because I did see a couple of reviews that they were like, "Oh, I feel so sorry for Tetros." I'm like, okay, we don't go that far. We're not gonna go that far, but I think the switcheroo for us was supposed to be us all of a sudden like, well, damn, what happened to Tetros? Because when we get here and it's just like, yeah, so run it down for me again, Chloe. What happened? He was plotting on me from the moment with the club and Diane. This has all been a setup from the very beginning. Like you're getting what you want, what you wanted. Like how did y'all feel about this breakdown here about Chloe? Like I feel like Chloe been waiting on this all her life. She's been waiting on this all her life. As me and Nita were stating, in those last reviews, like Chloe was always that little innocent bystander that's just looking like, oh, you know what, we really shouldn't be out of here creating, sex slaves and electrocuting people. I just don't feel like this is right. Like I feel like I need to get underneath, everything that is Tetros. So she's been waiting for this little moment. But clearly Jocelyn right now is in full control. How did you guys feel about this? Nikki, how did you feel about this breakdown and her pretty much telling Tetros, like, I know exactly what you came here for and you got it. Like, I don't have anything else to say to you at this point.
Well, I'm fine with it in theory, but I didn't like how it played out exactly because it should have been more of a battle for a power struggle as opposed to him just succumbing to her being like, yeah, now I got the power. She pretty much was like, take your tub of bleach and developer, get out, and he just rolled over like that. I don't like how they played, even with adding.
It was only 5 episodes. It's only 5 episodes.
But you gotta be a better storyteller. We need to actually like if we meet a character, we need to have seen him slowly devolving. Jocelyn showing little signs of taking the reins. I didn't feel like it made sense for him to just go from cult leader to just sniveling under her.
Nikki, no, I'm gonna push back on that because I felt like they tried to do it like when they were in that what is that? The where they were in the
what?
Y'all know what I'm talking about. The store.
Oh,
and how she was like, you can't come at me. You can't. I felt like there was a pushback. She was like, don't come at me, don't come at me. And he had to do what he had to do. It was in that store.
Nah, because I get what you're saying, but yeah, no, because he strong armed the store employee, he pimp slapped the cook, and then you got this twig of a blind white girl just being like, yeah, I'm the boss now. He just said, okay.
It's not. I think it's not reading. I think it's those type of moments where her saying like, you can't shoot up my club. It is, like I said, then like those moments do show that she does have a little autonomy, a little control. Like I'm not fully under your control, which beds me to know like throughout the episode, I just wasn't 100% sure
behind it.
Yeah, not even that. Like I was questioning how long she knew that he was plotting on her. Like when exactly did when exactly did you find? I just love this picture of Leah. Like like. Leah's been waiting on that all her life. Like she just really thought, like, oh, we finally about to get this nigga out of here. I ain't gonna have to swap no pillows. I ain't gonna have to tell these niggas to put a coaster down. Everybody gonna get out of here.
Absolutely.
But I just think that it just being overnight the way that it was, there was no progression. There was no winning. Like Tedros has been like hella. Tedros showed up like a vampire in episode 1.
Yes, and you remember me and you, Tyra, we was talking about they revealed that he was a cult leader off the bat.
Yeah.
And so you must have known that there was going to be some kind of twist. So because they did that, then okay.
it just wasn't executed well.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
executed well. It was not. It
Like
absolutely
even
was not.
here, like these, I'm like really, I'm kind of glad the show is over. I was really over like the overly dramatic, elongated, stylized moments. Like, do you see all of this? We walking, we're getting out of the elevator. Girl, get your, I don't have time. I don't have time
I
for the
was
aerial
over it.
shots of them. You know, it was just all about the cinematography. And like, did you see the angle I hit? Did you see her standing through the doorway? And then I backed up 10 paces. Now we got the frame of the doorway in the back. I don't want to see that no more. But we have them, like Leah is living her best life. At the top she was, because we find out that Jocelyn has rolled up, you know, did her little cessation tape through the record label, and we don't see it, but clearly she told Diane where to go and what time to be there.
Right.
And let her listen to the music. And it's just like she loved it. And I'm assuming that she, you know, hey, I'm going to have a showcase at my house. There's going to be more. Now, at the bottom here is where, you know, Leah got pumped in her brakes. We can't never let Leah have nothing. We had to go out with the last episode, just, oh, my girl's back. It's like, you know what? Hey, can I just talk to you for a second? She's just trying to get a second with her. And everybody's like, you know what? I don't care at this point. I don't care what you got to say or Tedros. All I care about is us preparing for the show. The managers are coming. If we don't get this right, the tour is going to get canceled. Did anybody feel sorry for Leah in the episode? Nita, did you feel sorry for Leah?
You know, I didn't. I always feel sorry for Leah, but in this episode, I actually didn't. I didn't, because I felt like everything was being revealed, and I was just like, oh, okay. So, all right.
I just didn't understand. Like, Leah kept waiting for Jocelyn, of all people, to be a little better than what she was. And like, girl, I had told you, I think episode 2, when she was getting some head in the back seat, that she wasn't their girlfriend. I had already said that. But how did you feel sorry for Leah at all in this episode, Nikki?
I really didn't feel sorry for anybody except the maids and the cook. Like, everybody was pretty much either, every single character was a villain or a super villain. Like, that was it. Nobody was a victim. I felt sorry for nobody. Leah really had nothing to do or say except, that's great, Jocelyn. That's great. That's really all she did the whole series.
I love that. Villain or super villain.
That was everybody.
I'm gonna read
I
all
love
the
that.
comments.
I love that.
Because I love it. Yes, Lady Strange. He's giving Ike Turner. I swear it was, you know, when Ike had that studio built in the house and he was sniffing outside that booth. That was all of this. And it was just overnight. Let's see. Tedros, love addict / manipulator who fell for his prey. Absolutely, Damien. We are gonna get in it because that's why we where we at. Because we came in and we wasn't on business. We was washing thighs and giving people, you know, baths and stuff and shaving legs. Let's see. Very funny ladies. I'd rather listen to you than guys all day long. Miss Lisa, this is where it at. You know, 3 beautiful women on this panel. Let's see. I think Jocelyn has another side all day long. Like, I think this showed that more than anything. I think it was more like maybe her not knowing everything about Tedros, but even with that, she saw the potential. And I think like after that, child, after he did that whole Angel, you can sing now, and he had blindfolded her. Like, oh, don't even make me. I ain't never watching this again. I think that let her know.
No,
like,
Pyra. Listen, I'm telling you, maybe this is one of them stories you gotta watch again.
I'm not watching no more, Nita.
You gotta waste another 5 hours of your life to understand what the storyteller was trying to say.
Nita, if they happen to squeeze out another season, then I'll put myself through it just so I can have a refresher. I have no dealings with Mauricio. I don't want to see this man again.
I'm for real. Okay, so Nikki, what do you think? Do you think, knowing what you know at this point, do you think that you can rewatch it and see something different?
No. I honestly feel like you're giving the creators way too much credit. They don't even know what story they were telling or what they were doing.
me see.
The
The item
cheese
was
stands
weird.
alone. The cheese stands
That's
alone. It's
okay,
okay.
you. That's okay. Let's see. Mauricio never had the power that he thought he had over her. She let him have that power, and she took it back. I'm not
I'm
mad.
not mad. I'm not mad. Did y'all see my I had a poll on my page saying the community tab saying master manipulator or how to be a narcissist. That was my whole thing. Like, but it depends on whatever perspective you look at it. A lot of people like to be be about a man, and you look at him as a victim, and some people will see the woman as a victor because she turned the tables because she understands how the tables are played. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them type thing.
Well, I like this scene here because it was very comical because we had Tetros trying to still act like he was in power, act like he was acting like he wasn't sitting there because clearly he hadn't showered. He looked funky. He looked like he was still coming off of that high. He just didn't have any power. And then you have her here, like, so my people, let me tell y'all what we're about to do for this show, what we're gonna do when they come in. And yeah, yeah. I'm like, please, sir. Petros is just realizing, like, because she says it out of her mouth, like, these are my people now. Like, you have no control here. I don't need your help with anything. We are preparing for this show. Could you please shut up? She started treating Tetros how he was treating Leah this whole season. But Tetros, oh Lord, him smelling himself, that took me out. Like, sir.
Not on the nose though.
Right.
Not on the nose. He's smelling himself for real.
Tetros feeling like, you know what, I don't have nothing. Like, not she controlling everything. She don't even want to hear my side of the story. Like, I do get, like, you know what, I still got one ace in the hole. Let me go plot and whisper some sweet nothings in Xander's ear. Nita, how do you feel about Xander and him still kind of just, I guess, low-key having his own agenda? And I think he answered our question this entire time. You've been sticking around being like treated like a rag doll this entire time, just waiting for your opportunity to get on.
It didn't make no sense to me, but at the end of the day, I'm not in the music industry, so it may make sense to people. It doesn't make sense to me. I was just like, oh, really? Like, you're waiting? Like, not even if the opportunity is going to present itself, he's just like giving himself and doing this for what? What if the opportunity never presents itself?
Yeah.
Like, it feels weird, like, to me, like, you know, that's why when people are in the music industry, you got to keep on like second guessing people. You got the hanger-ons, you got the people who you just don't know what their intentions are, what they really like, what they really want. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. And you know, I feel like that 5 episodes they weren't able to flesh it out. Not that they didn't have enough time, because I feel like 5 hours was enough time, but they want to keep on putting it on her boy titties today. They want to put it on her boy thingies and her
the chicken cutlets, Nita.
Her chicken cutlets. They want to put it on that instead of trying to flesh out the real intentions and the motivations of the people. Like, I need to know what's going on.
Melvina said these people sleeping on the floor for months, or like,
yes, I need to know what is going on and why.
Not in that overpriced, oversized house. I'm going to assume that they was there by choice. I don't know why they kept meeting in that little room. Maybe it's a little cult thing that they feel like they all need to be together at the same damn time. I don't know. But Nikki, what did you feel like? How did you feel about Xander? I did like the fact that when Tetros felt like I'm losing, it seems like he needs a lot of underlings or people underneath him, or somebody on his side for him to manipulate and do the things that he does. Because once he got stuck out there by himself, and his little crew really wasn't checking for him like that, or like listening like they normally would. So Xander, don't you still want to sing? Is your throat clear? You need some coffee. Everything's good. You about to sing, bruh? What do you think like was keeping Xander there this entire time? Do you think it was just strictly him just waiting for his opportunity, or was it just his attachment to Jocelyn from him suffering from, I guess, his own abuse? Because he speaks on everything like he was abused also.
Well, to tie into that, if I could jump back a bit, the picture you showed when Tetris was still trying to have a little power with everybody on the floor, that adds to what we were saying earlier, because Tetris goes from when they first come to the house with everybody with bleached eyebrows and the whole crew, Chloe literally like looks to him for permission to even jump in the pool.
Yeah.
So it was very odd that we jumped to automatically everybody that was all up Tetris behind suddenly flipped. I'm talking about flipped on a dime. And maybe if we would have spent less time on showing Jocelyn naked body and all that weird stuff and more time on the actual story, we could have gotten something along what Nita is getting from it, where it would have made more logical sense. And I feel that way with Xander and with the backup dancer who got the deal. We didn't even establish a real relationship or friendship between Jocelyn and the backup dancer, for it to even feel like a real betrayal to take her song, because you just a backup dancer. Like,
where you come from?
Right. Like, they didn't even really establish that relationship. And then when it comes to Xander, honestly, I'm not even clear on what was real and what wasn't. Like, at the end, she ended up insinuating her mama never beat her with the brush. So did her mama make Xander sign the contract or not? Like, I'm still confused.
But the ending was so confusing. Like, I couldn't. We're gonna have to get there. But I did like this, where she states like, yeah, whatever, he's over there. Unlike him, I can actually do something for you. I can actually give you a career and put you on. What has he done for you this entire time? But for these people to like shift gears overnight, like, you was just electrocuting my whole neck to make sure my pelvis was stroking. Like,
exactly.
It was just like we kind of low key left all of that and just made, Jocelyn, all of a sudden she was in charge. Like, it was just tired. There were so many, and I love, like, I don't like the show, but I love that at 1 second we're like, we just want this to be over. This could have been a movie. And then it's just like, this could have been at least 8 episodes. We need to
right. We could get 8 episode show or a 1.5 2-hour movie.
If they were going to give us all the storylines they wanted to give us, we needed 8 seasons. I mean, not 8 seasons, Lord, 8 episodes. But if they just wanted to condense it to the main focus, yes, it would have been a good 2-hour movie. Because with Xander, that's why I was so confused with his character along the motives of being here. You are literally just freaking tortured, telling Jocelyn she's a monster like her mother. Then you smile and say, hey, this is my friend. She want to take a picture with you. And I'm finna open for the tour. And it's like, why you go from there to bro, you was literally just tortured. And now you smiling and getting sick. That was confusing.
It didn't make no sense. It didn't make
and then Jocelyn didn't want to showcase Jocelyn. The whole thing was, and that's why I say I don't know what was real. The whole story was, well, why don't you sing with Xander? Because Jocelyn was intimidated and didn't want his voice to be showcased. Well, then why was she okay showcasing all Tetris people voices?
Yeah. Because Chloe be blowing them out the water.
Right.
This scene here, like, it makes me think that there is some real, and I'm going to read some comments after this. There is a tie-in to this brush, because she be brushing the shit out of this Barbie doll hair. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised she has a strand left, because she be brushing the hell. But it makes me feel like this brush does have that real significance for her, and that she did, maybe suffer from some abuse from her mother. But let me read some of these. They would Barbie down here. That orange. I'm like, oh my God, Lord. Let's see. I high key think Jocelyn, like Mauricio, slapping cooks and other people on her behalf. Yeah, this was a whole like puppeteer here. Like everybody, like we said last live, everybody was under her little whatever, and we didn't even know it. After a while, I stopped feeling sorry for Leah. Like, girl, you could have been left. Hi, Miss Struggles. Good evening.
Hey,
Happy
Daria.
Wednesday. Hello, Daria. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. The ending was underwhelming. Yeah, we gotta get to that ending because I was like, what? Mauricio Jackson. Let's see. Hi, Miss Nita. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey,
Missing
boo.
you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Daria. Let's see. Now let's Seeker 78. I have a shirt like Tetros right here, but it's short sleeve. Or let me see it because I feel like it's burning. Because Tetros and them shirts, I just don't. These people sleeping on floors for months. Hey,
I need to know why. I need to know why.
That electric shock therapy awakened the other side of Xander. He said, "I'm going for mine this time."
Yes, Monique.
Is that what was going on, Monique? I mean,
that's what's happening. Listen,
because
I need the storytellers to let us know that that's what we're doing. Like,
Nita, I think,
like I feel like we understood it, but I felt like it was poorly executed through the whole series. Does that make any sense?
I think that they want us to play the guessing game, and I'm getting back into when we've seen every single character like Jocelyn or Xander or even Isaac go through their little traumatic things with Tetros. We always have this brief moment of lingering on their faces. They look sad yet enlightened, like this actually did something to them. So, or just some inspiration for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that we are supposed to take those beauty shots of people just like, oh, now I know what I need to do. Like, oh, now I'm gonna write the best song ever. Or in Isaac's case, oh, now I'm about to stroke Leah to life. Hey, I don't know.
But I get all that. But I feel like that they did a poor job in Joss. They needed to give me something about what it was for her. Like, because we didn't get any backstory. They wanted to tell something, but they didn't tell anything. And I'm just like, like it does not, I don't know. It just doesn't tell the story as good as I wanted.
Oh, ain't no storytelling here. Ain't no writing.
No. It ain't no character development. That's why
they was trying, but they know.
It's nothing. We're just supposed to be getting into what it all like boiled down to tortured artists performing better, giving better singles, due to their tortures and their conflict out of life. Let's inflict that and put your pain on Front Street out to the world and capitalize on that and expand in the industry and this weird scenario that we're about to get in with this party and this function. Child, I was with the manager, the manager here that's over the tour. Like, this is some weird. This shit is weird. Like, nobody else came in there and called this what it was. Like, this is weird. This looks cultish. Why are they all sitting here? Why is Isaac opening the door naked, talking about welcome home, embracing and hugging and like it was really, really.
I would have never walked in that house. That was the house of horror.
It was very off-putting. But Nita, we said last episode, and I told you was about to go to bat for Big Titty Destiny over there.
I was.
I told you Destiny was checking for those artists. Like, this is somebody that we can bring on. We're not really checking for Nikki over here and all of this other. Well, we tired of being under her. Here we have a room for about 4 or 5 artists who are all great that we can all put on. As soon as she saw that, her little feelings about Tetros and them trying to save Jocelyn went out of the window, and we were all plotting from that point. I think all of this has been a plot just from I don't know how long. But Nikki, how did you feel about the energy in this room when they first sat down? The weirdness of how they were sitting, how naked they were. I was like, what the hell? Tetros here. Tedros here yelling.
Girl, look at his hair.
Regulating. Well, y'all want some ass upstairs? She can be there quick, and then she cooked dinner, she served coffee, and she give head. What you need? We can do everything. I'm like, sit down. You're making yourself look bad. How did you feel about just the disposition in the room and Tetros's behavior? Because it was a lot.
You said that so perfectly, because Tedros was literally like, she could fix your radiator, she could give you a haircut, like anything you need. But none of this, I get that Hollywood is full of weirdos and everybody is like, it's all a freak show. But the second I pull up to a house for a performance and I see some dude half naked with bleached eyebrows, I'm turning around. And then I feel like it was weird that we discovered Chloe is like a minor. Didn't she start to say she was 16 or 17 slipping up? Then just at 8. She's like freaking naked, topless, and no one thinks anything. And then the freaking Live Nation guy tells Jocelyn he needs to change his shorts, but then says he feels like a parental figure. And I'm like, is nobody, like, this is really beyond like Hollywood weird. Like, this is some
trash,
outlandish stuff.
Oh Lord. Nita, how did you feel about the show? Look at Nikki down there getting her life with Isaac on top of her. She was living her best life down there.
Girl, just a whole ass mess. I was entertained. This episode, I was very entertained. I felt like they brought it in a different aspect. I feel like they should have did this from the beginning, and then maybe you could hook us. But at the end, now listen, Nikki, Tyra, is this a limited series, or are we getting renewed? Are we going more?
I hope it's a Dead in the Water series.
I didn't see anything about a limited series, neither. We could even get, those 6 episodes, and HBO personally chopped it down to 5. So they did. So when we get into stuff like that happening, I'm really doubting that we would get another season.
So it's a limited series.
If we did, where the hell would it go? Like,
right.
I just, all of this, Chloe, and just how did y'all feel about the music? I always think all the music is a bop. I need an album. I need the Idol album. I'll listen to
it. Like the music on the Idol?
Yeah, I like
it. I'm cool with the music.
I guess I was the only person fast forwarding through all the performances.
No, I liked them in the beginning, but now, like in the end, I wasn't a fan. But I like the family. When they was around the piano. Yes, that was
a siren song. Like, I could not listen to that. Oh my god,
that was a bop. I love that.
That was a siren song for coked out white girls, because Jocelyn just came moseying on in there and everybody was just drunk. I literally was fast forward. I was like, then I would miss people talking. I'm like, God, I cannot take this mediocre ass music.
I liked it. I liked it.
It is very mediocre. It feels like whatever comes to their mind, they try to put it to a melody and try to make it a song. And I'm like, girl, is that really how it works?
It does.
And I really couldn't stand.
Is that how it works?
What is Bleach Eyebrows' name? Because I'm just calling him Bleach Eyebrows. I really couldn't stand him. He didn't know if he wanted to be Cisco or Dennis Rodman. I could not with him. I really just couldn't.
It was more like Dennis Rodman for me.
I don't know what Layla saw in him.
Moses is chocolate. He's tall.
Girl, she got that pee. What you talking about?
You don't trust no nigga with bleached eyebrows. You just don't.
She feel real begrudging about these bleached eyebrows. So not even Chloe's music. You didn't like Chloe's either. Her crocodile songs and no.
Wait, now I did like her voice, but no, I didn't like the music. It felt too on the nose. It felt very, oh, I write and I feel the wind and I listen through my arms, and it was just too much.
I swear, I feel like they were just like saying what was going on in their life, and they just tried to put it to a melody, and I was just like,
but it was too on the
what
nose.
I can say is we spent too much time here. We like
Yes,
everybody's
very on the
song
nose.
from beginning to end. Like it's already like I don't even think it's a 4-hour long episode. So if we spend half of it listening to 4 different songs, then it kind of it turned into a music video real quick.
I thought one of the bodyguards was finna get up and perform. They let everybody perform.
Everybody perform. Absolutely everybody. But even before we get here, we still have them going in on Leah. Like everybody just called. I was like, well, damn, does everybody just have Leah's number and nobody else's? Because there are managers. Like, dang. We find out that that picture that Xander took comes back into play because the woman or young child, whoever the hell it was, the cult member, because we don't know. In the photo is saying that she was assaulted at the party, and he's getting that Marvel treatment, getting that Jonathan Majors treatment. Like, we don't want you to be a part of nothing. You go sit over there. We don't need these allegations. And we have Leah desperately trying to get a hold of, girl, can you just give me your attention, Jocelyn, just for 5 minutes? And she's just not checking for it. Like, we have an agenda. I'm trying to warm them up to these performances. Of course, everybody was living. Destiny had been there the whole time, so she already knew what they was packing. Everybody was just on board. Like, oh my God! Like, we spent so much time reverting back to them sitting on that couch. Like, oh, like God! Oh, this is incredible. Oh, I was like, how many times we gonna do this? We got it. But how did you feel about the way that Isaac was treating Leah when he told her, shut the fuck up, get the hell away from me, I'm so tired of your ass.
Oh, you mean Xander?
Yes, Xander.
Poor baby.
How did you feel, Nikki, how did you feel about the way that he told Leah to get the hell out of his face? Like, girl, I know I took the picture. I don't need you to tell me nothing. Go get the hell away from me. This is my time.
The whole series, I needed Layla to really get a backbone, because I would have grabbed that shot collar. Like, don't make me bring this back out. Like, how you getting bucked when we just saw you get shot and demolished? And that is what was going along the lines of what I said was weird with his character. He has been real mousy, and all of a sudden he yelling, shut the F up. No, he can say that's family. Like, what? Like, where did this come from? It's like they just made the characters say whatever they needed them to say in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't add up.
Yeah,
right.
It didn't make him joining on to the Tedros train just automatically never made sense to me.
No.
The way that he would say, it's like, can I just talk to him in private? No, this is family. Which you could say it in front of him, you can say it in front of me. Like, girl, just say it.
Like, you don't even know Travis Barker. Why are you taking for him to be over?
I swear I thought he was finna grab the mic and sing for a second.
Seriously.
Listen,
you know what
listen,
did he
we
do?
don't even know that. We don't even know his name.
What does he even do?
He holds the gun. He holds the gun. And he, like, not he's family, not after we just saw him chase you down and pin you down and hog tie you last episode so you could get electrocuted. But this is family. We can say anything we want to.
And that's also why Tetris just accepting the decline doesn't make sense. Because when you have somebody like playing mind game, manipulation is manipulation for a reason. You get your tentacles into the person psychologically. It doesn't matter that Jocelyn says, oh, I can make you famous, which, yes, a lot of people really want fame, and that can really be, a deterrent on being with Tetris. But it doesn't make any sense that somebody can have such a psychological hold over you. And, like, the little girl, Chloe, she said she was on the street. She was on drugs. You don't just let go of somebody like that. I mean, cult leaders have been able to get their followers to freaking like drink the Kool-Aid. Like, you don't just turn your back on somebody like that when they have such a psychological hold on you.
It was literally overnight. Like,
yes.
All of a sudden they went like Tedros was just, and he was just sitting there. I'm like, you was just like snapping fingers. The Tedros we met in the club episode 1 and 2. This one here, just not having the like. I just didn't understand, and I couldn't like pin all of that on drugs. We had saw him do drugs like since episode 1.
Yeah.
But even here, when we have Nikki, who's like, I know Josh, I know she didn't do none of this shit. You ain't gotta tell me nothing, okay? She finna go out here in front and pretend like this was all her and she, created the sound and wrote the song. This is all you. Like, so if you want to, come up to the office, that same dry ass offer she so-called gave Diane that she snatched right back. If I could use somebody like you on my team, I know you look like shit right now. You look disgusting. I see the vision in what you're capable of. And then on the side, of course, you have Destiny doing pretty much the same thing. And everybody's just kind of not worrying about, like, everything that happened before just doesn't matter now.
It doesn't.
Right.
I'm like, what are we doing? Like, none of the characters, like, some of them did kind of like be true to who they are, but a lot of them, the main people, did not.
Who was true to who they are?
It didn't. Josh, and Tedros. I felt like they totally swapped.
Oh, Lord.
Like, what are we doing here? Like,
I'm gonna read some of these comments, Nita. My question is why she said Tostitos was the love of her life. So we gonna get there, like, because I still what now? They've been knowing each other 2 months. Because last episode it was a month.
right.
Homegirl was flashing her cootie cat. I could not. Oh, you talking about doing? We gonna get into Jocelyn's really suggestive extra routine to her man. Like, girl, we ain't need that. Tetros Hendricks. We need to get into him in that headband. Bet 100% much appreciated. Let's see. We never got any flashbacks or backstory or backstory explanation.
Nothing.
It's like they couldn't film anywhere else. Yeah, I do believe. I'm gonna have to double check because they said some episodes, but I'm like, we didn't go to any other location or home except for this one. I do believe that this is the Weeknd's house. No, I'm serious.
That makes sense. It makes
This is
sense.
his house, and the concert that's at the end, that's his actual concert that he was performing at. That's why it was so massive and real. It was not staged. This was his real concert. So clearly he used a lot of settings and locations of his own to his benefit, and it's reflected in the show because we didn't. Where did we go besides his house? Let's see. Nah, I tried 2 episodes and it felt like I was clocking into a job I hate. Oh my God. So should I watch the show or nah?
No.
Nah, boy.
Nah.
If you're a masochist, watch it.
Like, child, let's see. Tetros in these shirts. Yeah, we ain't getting them shirts. Chloe or Jocelyn, we are going with Chloe all day long. Let's see. Exactly. I don't get Xander's situation at all. Like, nobody. We didn't get the answers that we wanted. And see, this show is also gives cheap as fuck. We rarely ever left the house. The Weeknd said, "Oh, okay." He filmed at his house, and the tour scenes were his concert. See, Melvina came through with the circle around. That's what I just said. That's why I feel like we didn't move around as much as we could. Was that his record label too?
That's why I was asking. I was like, are we gonna get something else to flesh all of this bullish out?
Let's see. Xander probably only stayed for the fame or the money. Girl, I don't know. Child.
We don't know. That's why I'm saying that's why I feel like we might need some more. But why? Because I feel like you see the finished product.
Look at this picture, child.
It don't make no sense. Like, why are we gonna go back if we already see the finished product?
Nita, if we already first of all, they could have kept Xander. That's the only song I ain't like. I was like, Xander, shut up. You've been waiting you've been waiting all your life for this.
And this all you got.
For this opportunity, and this is what you got.
You get up and sing this sad ass, and they was hyping him up. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I was like, shut up. Xander, we have we have all of them just reveling in, the artist giving Jocelyn a lot of props, like, oh, she found and all these great things, even though they're saying like, oh, Tedros did this. It's like it doesn't even matter now. And I know that that's a bigger portion of the show, like just to say that at the end of the day, everybody just strictly cares about the fame and the money and capitalizing on things. So whatever Jocelyn was going through or her trauma, high key the first episode, her getting out, fresh out of the hospital, we having her take pictures, like nobody cares about your mental, it's about the money at the end of the day. Got that, but y'all could have did a whole lot more with this show.
Better. Yes.
This here, when she goes, Tetros goes, hey, don't you still want to sing that song, Xander? Don't you got a song? He, of course, we have him trying to kind of get under Jocelyn's skin by letting Tedros sing. And also she sheds a tear because we have Xander say, like, you don't think people are, capable of hiding who they truly are. You don't really think, like, clearly he still thinks that she's trash. She's always going to be trash. Like, you don't think she know what's happening with her ex-boyfriend? Do you think she actually cares? She did shed a little tear like she cared, but with Jocelyn being Jocelyn, we don't even know. That could have been a fake tear.
Yeah, they showed us on episode 1. She can drop tears on cue.
Yeah.
Hello.
What did he say last episode? Like, have you met this man, this crazy man here? Like, who? I ain't never seen that nigga a day in my life. Let's go upstairs to my room. But she sheds a tear.
She was doing it on cue.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like that was the first scene for a reason. They set that up first for a reason.
Exactly. But I will commend the Weeknd in this because his descent into madness.
Oh, please.
I wasn't mad at it.
You commended him?
I wasn't mad at it.
We're not finna give him nobody's credit. Like, I just don't want to.
No. Master Splinter and his Ninja Turtles needed to crawl back into the sewers. I don't know what kind of credit we supposed to be giving him. No, Ratatouille was just not doing nothing good. No.
I just don't want to. Like, with these scenes here, of course, she is Jocelyn is feeling smited, and that says a whole lot about her character also. I really would love some history on why she has such a strong vendetta against Xander, because when Xander got up there to sing, like, if you get, like, ain't nobody trying to hear your song. I don't want, like, it's like she doesn't even want him there. So it's like, did you only want him around to be in your shadow or whatever your little dynamic was with your mother? But of course they're living for it. And so she can, like, show that she has more power still over Tedros. Like, this isn't doing anything for me. I'm even going to tell Xander that he's going to headline for me and I want you on my tour also. So now what? I gave him the same deal that I gave your little minions that dropped you like a bad habit. But once they got into the hallway and they are, like, literally at each other's throats, and you have Jocelyn pretty much tell him, like, get the hell out of my house. And he says, like, I'll hold you hostage and kill. Like, I was like, Nikki, how did you feel about him saying that? Of course he wasn't gonna leave, and I'll kill you before I just walk up out of this house, pretty much.
I actually felt like it made a lot more sense for Master Splinter to say, I'm going to kill you before I leave, than for him to just grovel at her feet. That fits the character they were. Because remember, we learned that his ex-girlfriend, he held her hostage and tortured her. Yeah. Like, a person that is capable of that ain't gonna just accept being your pet. Like, they're going to fight and claw. There will be a fight for power. They're not going to just give it up. So I actually thought that made a lot of sense. Like, that was on brand for who we thought Tetris was.
It was, but they kept flip-flopping. How do we go from there? It was that, and then it was like he was trying to, like, subside his true nature of who he was in the past because he actually cared about her. But it's like, he don't even know her.
No,
it hasn't, been a whole lot of time since, they were introduced or even really just been in this house. So I just really
not that he didn't know her, Tyra. I feel like he knew the persona. When people are an idol.
Because he was obsessed with her before he met her.
It's like he knew a version of her.
Trying to give him credit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
like, you see how the title tied into his perception of Jocelyn. Y'all ain't even see that.
Don't try.
But that's why I say we actually had some good stuff to explore because even in real life, in my opinion, I think we all create certain dynamics in each
Yeah.
relationship that feed us in a certain way. So yes, we
Absolutely.
could have explored the dynamic that Jocelyn created in her relationship with Xander versus the dynamic she creates with her and Layla versus the dynamic Tetris creates with bleached eyebrows. Like you can be different. You can be different people depending on who you're interacting with. Like certain
Yeah.
friends, certain
Absolutely.
boyfriends, they bring out a certain part of
Yeah.
your relation or
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
part
yeah.
of who you are. So we could have really explored that and got some good stuff, but
Right.
instead we just had to watch them dry humping the whole damn series.
The whole-
and had to-
Not even that, Nikki. Just the fact that I don't know what episode I said that, but just that they gravitated so much to each other, and he, you know, went outside of the plan of just kind of trying to get next to her to use her, or even her using him, is because they were both, you know, kindred spirits in that way of being manipulators. Because with Leah being there as long as she was, and somebody like Xander or whatever it was, like us, the Jocelyn that we met last episode and this one, and low key that first one, this is a whole manipulator. And she met, you know, she identified, like, I know exactly who this person is. And once she, you know, you can sing now, Angel, in his soft, pathetic voice. It was like, oh, I like this. This is, you know, not only replacing whatever I was getting from my mother, but I think he may, you know, be knowledgeable on the music side. Once she figured out he was, oh, she took that and she ran with it. Like, they were using each other, and now that I don't need you anymore, and not only that, but you was trying to set me up for who knows how long. I would love to know when she found out, because they had it to where it's like, you know, Chloe let the cat out of the bag last episode, but with Jocelyn being Jocelyn and her being able to, you know, drop them tears out of nowhere, you just really don't know. I don't think she's a reliable narrator, so it's up in the air for me. But all of this here, like, I really hated the little big bad wolf story and her saying, you know, pay whatever you need to pay for him to get out of my life forever. I was like, ugh. But him trying to, I'm like, oh, now you bad? You wasn't bad when you just hopped out the car with Destiny and all. You couldn't do it. You ain't been bad no other episode. Now
None
y'all
of that made any sense. Jocelyn goes from I want you to get Ratatouille out my life. Then she jumps to hello angels. I want to introduce the love of my. I'll be so mad. Girl, didn't you just tell me to get rid of him?
Right.
Like, what was the point of that?
My question is, when you, like, first of all, they made it very clear in the beginning, like, we don't just have money to be throwing around, okay? I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul to make sure your mortgage is paid, but all of a sudden we have $500,000 to just throw Tetros' way. And like, first, you know, we could kill. Like, oh no, I would have just low key had. I was like, he finna have him taken out. He finna have him hit. He finna die. Was it Tetros about to die? Like, no.
I was hoping he was finna die. I felt like they were building up. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like we were building to someone's death. And I thought that was when we were finally getting
nothing.
Nobody died. Why did y'all
Tyra, why you had to put Jocelyn pale butt on the screen?
her boo-boo kitty.
I
could go the rest of my life not
the boo-boo kitty.
Body.
Excuse me. These were the most discreet photos out of my screenshots, okay? I needed a fourth one to fill this spot, okay?
The boo-boo kitty.
I'm mad Johnny Depp daughter got naked for this crap. Like,
this was the most discreet one. Like, all of them had ass galore for whatever reason, because she just had to like, oh, let me just convince you this hard that we need to be on a tour. And she's panting. It's giving, like, you know, daddy, like, it was subservient, like real aggy, real disgusting. Like, the dynamic was gross. Like, she's kind of doing these baby voices, like little.
She was doing the Britney Spears baby voice.
Yeah, I
didn't like none of it. I didn't like it. I was just like, is that what
I didn't get her? I didn't get Jocelyn's character. Like, is that like a white man's fantasy? I just did not get the appeal of her character. Jocelyn had no personality. She was very dead in the eyes. I just did not get the appeal of why was she
understand.
I don't get it.
This first, clearly he loved all the performances before, and it took this to go, hey, the tour is back on, like you guys won me over. But once again, us lingering on stuff like this for so long, we had already set through like 3 performances, and
Right.
Xander's swan song. I was just oh, shut up. I was so over that. It'll be a cold day in hell before I want to hear him say Angel or see Jocelyn's ass smoke another cigarette. Yeah, but she put her chicken cutlets and bounced her whole cootie cat on this living room floor. And he says the tour is back on, and this is just, ultimately what she was trying to gain and what she really wanted to have happen. She hugs Destiny, and it's just like, yes, finally. Da, 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 da. Do y'all feel like this one and Destiny were like plotting at all?
Everybody was plotting.
Worth it. It wasn't worth my whole 5 hours. Like, I feel like we're still doing exactly what we did in episode 1, and we're doing it in episode 5, but she just executed it. Not to my liking.
Are you talking about the scene in episode 1 where she's trying to get the choreography down? And
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, is that what this whole movie?
That choreography at the beginning was the worst. That was like the Fame rejects. I don't know what the heck that was. That was terrible.
Nikki, would you have taken this $500,000 and went on about your life, or would you have went the Tedros route and said, it's not really about the money, even though I just told her I might kill her if she tried to put me out of here. I could torture you and lock you in this house. She's worth way more than that. I'm going to rip up this check.
If I was a nigga with a perm that used to be a pimp and people mistake me for a vampire, I'm going to take the $500,000 over Jocelyn Boney behind. Hello? And I'm going on about my life.
He was never outside of his appearance. Tedros did not give pimp. Like,
he didn't.
Like,
pimp, but they said he was a pimp.
I said he was a pimp when we first met him because he was that look over them glasses in the club. It was giving pimp.
They literally spelled it out in this episode. You're a pimp.
But pimps don't move like this. Like,
exactly. That's why it didn't make sense. Pimps even when Jocelyn hooks up with her ex, pimps don't cry
outside the door.
A pimp just gonna say, "Give me my cut," like he wouldn't really care.
No, it wasn't giving pimp. They was trying to show us like he was a Grinch and he grew a heart, and all of a sudden now it didn't matter. Like, Jocelyn and the management team are literally like pulling your artist from underneath you, regardless of how you got it, sick as it may have been. You have worked with them this entire time, helped them with all of these songs, brought out, all of this musicality and the beats and all of it. And now it's just like we're about to just hand it over to Jocelyn and her team. And he's just a sweaty mess and doesn't care to fight for anything. And not to mention, like you said, Nikki, these people have been under your thumb for how long? And they just automatically, they could have kept the cult part out, honestly. Because I think
exploring too much.
Yeah, I think that's what's like giving us like a hiccup. Like, but y'all supposed to be in a cult. Cult leaders and cults, like you said, her asking for permission to get in that pool, what he was allowed to do to Isaac, what he was doing with Diane, like what I think that episode, that first one, he said, now I can probably get a return on you. Like, was this one of the bottom bitches? We don't know. But infiltrating Jocelyn's life, hey, you're a dancer, you're gonna go dance for her and get her to come to my club. But like, this was a really big scheme. So for it to just all fall apart here and everybody to just be like, okay, Justin's gonna take us on tour, we can give a damn what Tedros has to say, it does not make any sense. Nita, would you have taken the money?
Yes. I would have taken the money. I'm looking at him. He looking like a whole sweated out. Like, he looked like a whole fool. Like, I mean, oh my God. Yes, I would have took the money.
Looked like he had been rolled, dried, hung up wet. It looked a mess. And not even with that, what about, this is, Mauricio Jackson. I don't know nothing about him, but I know he owes a lot of people money. Do you not need this money? Like,
you don't need the money, right?
All of that is just left on the bathroom floor.
We don't know nothing. Like, there's nothing. All of the plot lines have been like introduced and just left on the cutting room floor.
if nothing else, they let us know that Tedros ain't have no damn money.
Right.
He didn't have no money. Like, you don't have nothing.
He
Came in
he
there
only had talent, no
like
money.
he was on the episode of the Jeffersons. Like, look, did y'all see the house? Look at us moving on up. He been living his best life ever since he moved in this place. Like, he ain't never had nothing. So even I think in this episode, when they give us like, and I hate it, they did it like condescending. It was like overlooked when they was kind of giving background on where he had came from. Clearly, he's been trying to get like kind of low key put on for a minute. Like, oh, remember when he was making videos in front of Carl's Juniors and all
Yep.
these like he's been struggling. You gonna turn down $500,000 and just rip it up because you like Jocelyn? No.
It would have made more sense for him to take the money and still pop up asking for the artist pass at the show. Like, that would have made more sense.
Not
Like, I'm gonna take the money,
that.
but I'm really not gonna go nowhere.
Not even that. I hated how we were trying to make him seem, smart and,
Better.
calculated, brilliant in the realm of music. With anything, when it comes to music, because he was like, oh, this is mine and I ain't seen him have Jocelyn or nobody else sign a damn thing.
No,
That is
nothing.
what I was wondering. I was like, if she really kick him to the curb, is he gonna get anything, like any type of residuals from all the work he's done? Because I don't want no one check. I want my, what do you call my royalties?
Yes, royalties.
Yeah. Nothing, not gonna get a thing. And it's not even that. Like, when he gave him the check, I thought he was gonna say like, oh no, you guys are trying to take my artist out on tour. Even the work I've done with her, I've done a lot with them. This isn't gonna cover everything that I've been through with these artists. Even like, it's like, no, she's worth more than this. Like, what are you talking about? You mean to tell me a pimp named Slickback came all the way here just to drop it off for Jocelyn?
Exactly. And we could have, and I think that's what made me so mad with the show, is as terrible as I felt like it was, I felt like we had something. They just couldn't get it right. Because you could give us a story where, because that does happen. Let's say I meet Tyra and I say, oh, I'm finna manipulate her, but then I end up getting sucked in by her instead of, and I lose my, like, that does happen. But you need to show us an actual evolution of him devolving and actually slowly getting under her spell instead of it just happening because of
there was something there. Like, once you watch it, there's something there, just like you're saying, Nikki. I'm telling you, there's something there, but I felt like it was poorly executed, just like you said.
Very poorly.
By the time we get here with Leah, she is just spent. She just knew everybody in the room was gonna break down when she said, y'all know, Jeremy, whatever, he's being charged, and
Rob,
Leah being Leah, we need to do something. Is anybody gonna do anything? Anybody gonna call anybody? No, we low key don't care. It's just like, oh wow, that's messed up. So yeah, when y'all trying to go on this tour,
right?
Leah at this point is just spent and maybe just feeling like it took all the way for Leah to get here to be like, you know what? I don't think Jocelyn is who I thought she was, and I need to get her out of here before I lose any more hair. The stroke ain't worth it. I need to pack my bags and I need to go. So Leah packs her shit and leaves a nice little note that says Josh, and she goes and gets.
What did the note say?
Did Jocelyn even get the note? They never address any of this. She just disappears.
That's how much she didn't care about Leah. Leah was a non-factor this entire time. I thought I was like, if we leave this whole show without even giving Leah a little bit of closure of her just reading her note, first of all, what the hell is this all you came in here with? The whatever could fit in your purse?
Because she was living there and she walked out with nothing.
Oh,
is that how we get a season 2? We need to know what the note.
Why you keep pushing for this season 2?
is that Leah's note? Is that what's going to get us a season 2? Because I want to know what the note.
Let me see, y'all. I'm gonna read some of these comments, but I think that it was supposed to be like Leah, unlike Xander, was one of her friends who, I'm not going to be here for the fame or whatever else that you are offering me to have me have been here for this long. It's not worth it. I have my integrity. I'm getting the hell out of here. Unlike Xander, who decided to stay. But child, we could have at least read Leia's note.
Child, can we get at least the last sentence of the? Can we get a summary of the letter? Like, I just wanted anything, something.
And we could have explored that with Leah, because not everybody wants to be famous.
Right. Leah should have been the real maniac after all the BS. Child, they weren't going to be done with Leah. Let's see. Mauricio Jackson is going to find Franklin Saint. They will fund Reject Records and release a platinum project compilation album, Resurrection. So what that means? That music to me, it's
finally somebody with a good ear like me.
Let's see. This story would have definitely been more interesting if it was Jocelyn Hernandez. Like, no, we ain't doing Jocelyn Cootie Cat. She showed enough Cootie Cat for this to be Jocelyn. He must don't mind being Jocelyn's puppet if he turned down that $500K. Couldn't be me.
Hello, cash out. I'm gone.
Navina said, "Pimps don't cry." They don't. Absolutely not. Jocelyn is supposed to just be that bottom B who broke a pimp down. Get that bread, get that head.
Come on, Lady Strange.
Out. She said, "Take the money." Let's see. I think you're on to something. Let me see what Damien talking about up here. Maybe Jocelyn's mom pitted Jocelyn and Xander against each other to keep Jocelyn motivated to work, telling Jocelyn that Xander is more talented than her. Damien, the fact that you have to go and make up things that aren't here, not fair. That would have been good information to know, but we should not have to do that. I'm gonna read one more, y'all. Let's see. Tedros should have done something crazy in this episode, but they just decided to victimize him. Absolutely. It would have been in his character to do something crazy. The fact that he just becomes just submissive and he just kind of wrote off to the fact that we get like towards the end and we're chuckling at, his descent and what we were able to do. Getting into what we were able to do, we dropped Diane's ass like a girl. You ain't even let me get on the remix. I ain't even released a single yet. Nikki showing, just how we already knew the type of timing Nikki was on. Like, I'm going for the better deal. Jocelyn struggling. I see somebody who's performing. She got a little, and I mean a little vocal ability. I'm going to try to put her on the stage and get her signed. Oh, now that Jocelyn's okay. And she said, "Yeah, girl, you got to go." We have some technical difficulties in the background. I'm going to call you, though. He's like, you're not finna call her. Nita, how did you feel about Diane getting dropped before she could even drop her first single? "I'm a freak, yeah, I want it." She said, no, you're not. Go somewhere else.
I don't know. I just feel like all of that was a wasted opportunity. Like, what are we doing if, I don't know. It just felt wasted to me. That's all it just was. It was just like a wasted opportunity.
Nikki?
I felt like the Diana, I feel like her subplot just was very unnecessary. They would show us like a 20-second clip of her and then they cut to something else, and it's like, what's really the point? We could have just gutted that out of the whole story. It was very unnecessary, and I feel like it was unrealistic. If I'm a big record label and the whole situation is Jocelyn had a meltdown, we losing money because we had to give back the tour tickets, I'm not going to bank on an unknown artist. I would think a single is going to get way more initial traction from a known artist than an unknown artist. Like, she just a backup there. Like, if Beyonce come out with a song versus Joe Smo, you're more likely to just hear it because it's Beyonce. So that didn't even make sense to me off rip that you're going to just say, "Oh, let's take this unknown girl that nobody knows and push her and because you're going to have to put money behind her.
Yeah,
you're not going to get an initial return." That just wasn't logical to me.
That's what it was. It was just to show like how disposable people in the industry are. Of course, we was going to have to put a whole machine, whatever that machine is they got behind Ice Spice, they was going to have to put it behind Diane here.
But it would have made more sense to me. it was another known pop star. Like if they would have said, "Oh, we want to go take another known pop star," like maybe take her from another label, like somebody who already has some fame, that would have made more sense to me. But I ain't in the music industry, but I just feel like it makes more sense to go with a known than an unknown.
I just love the fact that she had Diane here, like, let's just go back. The song is, we're having problems getting rights, but just go on and just write a little song about your experience. Like, you want, like, bitch, who said I know how to write songs?
And then she's like, write a song about technical difficulties.
Right. You want me to write a song about, my song that I never had not being able to come out? Like, okay, I didn't say I could write, but it was Jocelyn, was it? You're not gonna call me back.
You learn from Diane. Make sure you get your advance. Just get your advance up front.
She was giving that damn Yvette baby boy energy in the that damn elevator. You don't mean that shit. You just running your mouth like you always do. You ain't gonna call me. See, damn, I'm late. I missed the Showcase Circus discussion. That's why we can run it back. You are still on time to catch the end of it. It is absolutely okay. Thank you so much for being here. Leah's note. Please don't make a season 2. That's what Leah's note said. Hey, it definitely could have. Let's see. They did Diane dirty. Her career started and ended within 24 hours.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
Oh, man. Not even that. Like, I was thinking here, I guess she was telling the truth last episode when she told her, I didn't sign on any dotted lines or anything. I wanted to get your permission first. Because I'm like, if you sign something, if y'all, did all of this to just let me go, I need y'all to cut me a check.
Get your advance and don't pay it back. Y'all gonna have to just send me to the creditors because I'm not paying you back that advance after you drop me.
Oh, but even with that and how she just, I'm like, well, did you actually sign something? But you said I had lawyers, and did you sign anything, Diane? Get something on your return. You ain't got nothing to go back to. Tedros ain't got nothing. We have this Vanity Fair editor here. I'm just gonna call her that because I can't never remember her name. But she has been here throughout the episodes, and I knew that she was going to serve a purpose because she was sticking around forever, and they kept reverting back to her. And they did what I knew they were going to do. Now, I did think that the story would be revolving around Jocelyn, her being, a victim, her really diving into the treatment of Tedros and trying to get sympathy from her audience or whatever. No! We use this to throw Tedros' ass under the bus and write a story not only about Jocelyn, but about him and her just like surviving him and how bad of a person that he is. What did you think, Nita?
I feel like, we saw it. Like, they wrapped up her storyline, but they didn't wrap up everybody else's. Like, I don't know.
Did they really wrap hers up?
They didn't, but at least they gave us something.
What about you, Nikki? How did you feel about
Nita, you are so nice. You give so much credit.
Nikki, how did you feel about them using that moment to just kind of, I guess, this was their get back? I'm like, Tedros, you could have did all of this and still had $500,000, bruh. But it was just like, we're going to make his name like mud in the industry. He won't ever be able to work again. I was like, he didn't even have a name prior. Like,
the whole thing for me was asinine. First of all, how the hell long does it take Vanity Fair to do a damn article? That's number one. Number two, why in heavens, like, why would Vanity Fair want to write an article on an unknown that nobody, I mean, we all know Master Splinter and the Ninja Turtles, but we don't really know Tetris. Why would anybody say, you know what? Instead of writing this article about Britney Spears, write it about this nigga with a perm that that took over her life. Nobody writing articles about Kevin Federline and Vanity Fair over Britney Spears. Like, nobody is doing that. It doesn't make any sense. And then for you to write an article slinging him in mud, but then Jocelyn is going to attach her name to him by saying this is the love of my life. That don't make no sense.
Not surviving Mauricio Castillo Jackson. It was. It was like this is why we should be rooting for Jocelyn. Look what she has been through. Look at all of these things that he did. Not only will this excommunicate their relationship, because when she said get him out of my life forever, I really didn't think that we were gonna like, did they think that he was gonna try to capitalize on this moment of his artist being put on this big platform to go, I'm Tedros, I'll write the songs and do it. Like they were just so focused on ruining him, but he was already like low-key nobody. So I was like, all right. All right. But anyway,
Not low key
how
nobody.
you ruin a nobody?
Right. Like not low key nobody.
I don't know. I absolutely don't know.
But you know, people think that they are somebody. You know,
you need to know. No, I thought that would have made, they could have did one little thing like, let's have at some point Tetros bring up like, yeah, we might be free love, electroshock, dildos and all, but I have them tied on a dotted line. They are all, you know, contracted to me. So exactly how are you gonna like something? You mean to tell me we never signed anything? He's just been working with them, producing, minus all the things he did. He helped with the music. He wrote on the music. He
And
produced
somebody that they made as calculating and intelligent as he was supposed to be, it doesn't make any sense that he didn't do that.
No. And then we just get here and she's, you know, at the Weeknd's concert, because this was not Tetros or Jocelyn's. I heard and read somewhere that I guess that they didn't tell like the audience, like, oh, this is a scene. They just kind of like brought her out. And they were like,
what?
woo! Like, that's not the Weeknd. What the hell going on here? And
I'll be damned.
they just low key like shot the scene and was like, okay, now we'll go back to the stage. Lily Depp Rose. The Weeknd is back out. I'm here to sing the songs. Like, what?
I would need a refund for my ticket.
She is ultimately where she always wanted to be. This grand stage, this like all of these seats, like it is actually happening. The Jocelyn show is going on. Of course, she has the Nita's favorite song. Chloe and the crew, they are headline, because I wasn't sure how she was going to do this, because she had once upon a time she was like, Chloe, oh, I love that, I want you to headline for me. And then in the same token, when Xander got on her nerves by standing up singing his little song, she said, oh no, it's fine, he's going to headline for me. So I was like, oh, this is what she came up with, just all of them on the thing at the same time, I guess, showcasing their talent, like whatever. I thought, girl, if I'm a headline, it'd just be me. Xander can sing his little bebop nursery rhyme somewhere else. But this looked really grand. I did like that. And then we just pan over and we get kind of like their dynamic, the way that we got them in the first episode. And all they're pretty much doing, they're stroking each other's ego and just laughing at the fact that they toured Tetros down and threw him in the mud. Did this do anything for you, Nikki?
Did it do anything for me? No. Again, it's just it. I mean, they didn't do well, but you know what? I'm gonna give them credit like Nita does. It just goes to show us, like I said, how every single person is a villain or a supervillain. No, every single person had an agenda.
Yeah.
Even down to what was said earlier about Destiny and the other guy switching from, oh, we got to get him away from Jocelyn to, you know what, these kids got some talent. We could do like everybody had an agenda, and it just goes to show, even with Nikki, we could see from the top, but how she did the backup dancer, how her attitude was with she literally dropped Jocelyn. This is somebody presumably that you've known for a while, that's been on your label. She went through something traumatic, and you was quick to say, who is her? Can she sing? And now you're right back on here, and then you
give Nikki credit. Them thighs was looking crazy because girl, why you got your thighs in these people video like this? You gotta go.
Was confused. Was that other person confused on what exactly she did with the damn cup? Because how you break the glass? Like I feel like Sylvester Stallone can break a glass, but not her. Like, how exactly did you squeeze and break the damn glass when you're just a toothpick?
The same way that we got into that intensity and that pain inflicted that she wanted from Tedros and that hairbrush, I think she was missing that, because before we got there, she was, all like whatever. She was equating getting wherever she needed to be, you know, artistically or even sexually, with, you know, putting all kinds of immense sexual pressure on herself. Clearly, she got the thighs of Jesus and she bust the glass. I don't know.
That's why I'm like, her thighs are toothpicks. How in the world could she literally squeeze and break a glass?
Let's see. Destiny was the only one who had the right idea about sending Teddy on. Like, clearly, we never had any intentions of sending Teddy on because we wanted Tedros to still be around for us. But yeah, we get a little history on Tedros, more information, you know, of course, about him being an old pimp, him, you know, the writing, and him like rapping way back when, or singing, trying to get on, doing videos. Like, he has been trying to be a part of the industry. So it's like, I guess, since like I'm not talented and I don't have it, but I know what it looks like and what it sounds like. So let me pick up and cultivate all of these people and get, you know, everybody like Chloe and Isaac under my wing, and then make my way through the industry there. I'm not able to do that. I haven't for however long been able to do that. So let me use Jocelyn to try to do that. I can't use her because I'm actually in love with her. Like,
it was like an AR rep wet dream. Like, it's like with the people that understands and knows what's going on and can identify talent, but at the same time they fall in love with it. And I feel like maybe that's the whole point of it. It's not, it's like I keep trying to figure out like what the hell is the point of this story, and I'm just like, maybe there is no point. A lot of times life just falls into this is what we're doing, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. So I'm just like, I really want to know what the point of it is. But a lot of times, life.
Nita want that season 2.
Right. So bad. So bad.
Nita said, I need answers. I need answers.
How old is Tedros? Because he was in jail for 6 years. He was shooting music videos outside the gas station. He was a pimp. Like, how old was he?
Right.
He's not that damn old.
That old.
I don't know. Maybe that'll explain why his wardrobe look removed from the 80s. I don't know.
The 70s.
We get here, and the way that they are talking about him, they don't think they're ever going to see him again. Like, you dust in the wind. He's done. We're never going to see him again. We're going to have this show. Johnson's going to make her comeback. Boom! The perm, the lace front is back in effect. I thought with how she said get rid of him, with how they were acting, I thought that this was going to be, you know, some sad, you know, Ike Turner, what's got to do with it, a Jason ass moment. Like, you know, I got, you know, 1,000 people out there. Hey, come to see me, okay? Ain't nobody come to see you. Ain't nobody come to see you. And he was gonna walk off with his little Tedros pimp ponytail while she performing on the stage. Understand? It was gonna be real. What's love got to do with it? No, we don't have a pass or any access for Tedros. It's like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you keep pretending to be something that you're not. We got to pass for your real name. I got to pass for Mauricio Jackson. How did you feel, Nikki, when you realized he had a pass and he was about to go backstage? Because if you have a pass, as he said, did Jocelyn leave something for me? She should have. What was the expression on your face after her whole show? Get him out of my life. Just whatever you got to do. Is he gone? Clearly, we never wanted him gone because he has a pass. What was the look on your face when he started walking his ass backstage?
I was literally just sitting there like, oh, so they really don't know what they're doing with the show. Like, they really don't know what they're doing. Like, they really don't know. HBO done turned into Max and just lost their minds. Like, they don't even know what... Like, that really, it really just didn't make any sense. Like, I have no words. Like, it was so stupid. You're going to put mud all over someone, trying to rise your star back up, but then you attach yourself back to the mud. Like, that doesn't even make any... When he got on that stage, y'all just had him in Vanity Fair talking about how he was a pimp and beat up on people. But then now Jocelyn calling him the love of her. That's like, Beyonce coming out saying I'm with R. Kelly after Surviving R. Kelly come out. Like, that don't even make no sense. Like, y'all just exposed this man just for you to say I'm with him, and then the crowd just like that don't make sense.
They don't know what's going because they don't know Tedros. They don't. He ain't never had nothing. This ain't nobody. She said it's her man. It's around me. If she like it, I love it. Is she gonna sing or what? Like,
but the bodyguards clowning him, like it. I just feel like it just don't. I don't care how down Ike Turner is. He ain't finna let you just clown him. Like, he gonna have some type of vibrato about him.
Tedros ain't been on no type of timing since he slapped the chef in the kitchen. After that, everybody was just cool. If you want to, pick up Jocelyn, she want to act like she ain't never seen me before. I'm gonna cry in the car and then I'm gonna sit on the stairs and cry some more. Like,
so
that was hilarious.
So do y'all buy that the cook just let him smack him, but then he just bow down to everybody else? Like, that didn't make no sense.
They're presenting Tedros here like a broken man. As he's walking there, we have narration of them just going over everything he's been through in his life, and it's just like it was all the equivalent of he ain't shit. That's all it was. But Nita, how did you feel when there was a pass for him after everything? Because clearly, even for him to go there, I don't see him just going there like, yeah, I already know that she gonna leave something. Like, it was like, no, I feel like Jocelyn hit him up, which is why Destiny was waiting, because she already knew he was gonna be there and what they were coming for. Like, I have passes for you. I want you to come. Like,
yeah, it didn't make any sense.
How did you feel, Nita?
It didn't make any sense, but the thing that Gimme Gotcha, the whole thing was the bodyguards poking fun of him. Baby. Baby, what I tell you, I ain't cackled so hard in a long time. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. Now, I did cackle at Rick Ross jumping off that pool. I cackled at that. But this was too funny to me. And I was just like I said, I feel like that these people aren't, like, we've seen these people over these episodes, and it feels like it's not true to their character. And so it's just like, I don't know. I'm just like one of the people. I'm just like watching it for what it is. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Because with this, it looks like Tedros just deaded all the ambitions that he ever had for himself, and he's just fine with being in Jocelyn's little corner. Like, which way you need me to go? Like, all right, I'll go with whatever you want. You want me to be your Dwayne Wade? All right, I can do that.
Okay.
Destiny here. We had to have one last 5 minutes of Destiny being the big black. I kill your ass, nigga. Like, I'm okay on that. Nigga, you left. I'm okay on that. But clearly she said, Tedros is going to be here and he's going to be backstage. She gives her little high Midas. I don't care about your little past, but I'm not like anybody else. If you hurt her, I will kill you. Which high key sounds like she had a deep, in-depth conversation somewhere with Destiny. Like, I just can't let him go. I love him and I'm going to be with him and I don't care what anybody has to say. And it's just like, she gave her one of them, the mama hugs and big black mama hugs that she been giving her the whole damn season. It's just like, all right, baby. But if he hurts you, I'm gonna kill his ass. But all right, what was up with the whole scene here? Because I think we're all gonna have like 3 different opinions. When we get into, of course, they kiss and it's just like kind of low key, all is forgotten. Tedros is just happy to be there and she's getting ready for the show. We pan over and we see this same brush. Nita, what did you think this brush meant? And of course he says, isn't this the brush? It's like, yeah, I got a new one. What did you get from this?
Listen, that was the thing that really, like, oh, she's like a master manipulator. Like, I truly thought that whole thing was real and true. But when they showed this clean brush, I was like, oh. Girl, no, I mean, listen.
I can't with Nikki. What did you think?
What?
did you think? Like, what did you? Okay, when you say master manipulator, do you feel like the whole scenario with her mom was fake and she was never touched, or what do you think?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, Nikki.
I feel like it might depend on the viewer interpretation because the show is so all over the place.
Right.
But it doesn't add up narratively because they try to portray it in the scene with Chloe as if that was Jocelyn discovering this was all a setup. But then they portray it as if Jocelyn knew from the time she went to the club. Because the only way I could go ahead and start, weaving all this together was I had to know from the beginning. But then her reaction, they try to make it seem like she didn't know until Chloe told her the night so it just doesn't add up. But I felt like in this scene in particular, it was just one more putting the noose around his neck, I hate to say, to just kind of like add in another knife. Like, yeah, like I'm you was my bitch the whole time. Like I was pimping you the whole time. Like, oh, that trauma you thought I had, oh yeah, that's not even real. But again, I don't know what's real or what's fake. Like, did her mama beat her ass or not? I don't even know.
Right.
So I can only imagine how Tetris is feeling because I'm confused and I ain't even sleep with the girl. Like,
I think I got something totally different. I thought in her saying like, this is the same brush, I got a new one. I thought that was kind of to low key because they are not going to just spread it on my cracker that she knew from the dead ass knew from the beginning. Like that leaves so many open plot lines and different scenarios that would not make sense if she knew everything from the beginning. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, and if we did, I would think that we would at least try to make it a little bit more pronounced that, like, yeah, you thought blah blah blah. I knew about you this whole time. It's so many moments with her that shows that she didn't know about him the whole time. So I'm just feeling like it's not that.
But when she gives her speech to the music producers, when she's like, hey, did I ever tell you how I met him? In that speech, she's giving it, in my interpretation, she's giving that speech like she knew from the beginning. But that's why it's confusing because, like you said, when certain things happen, no, you couldn't have known. But then they try to make it seem like, oh yeah, it's a gotcha. She did know, and she the one been manipulating him. So none of it just adds up.
I didn't think it was that. I thought this whole brush scene and her saying she bought another one, it's her saying like, I still need you for this. Not just to beat me with this brush, but I need you around for what you brought out of me from this.
Or she's looking for a new person.
Wait, she said she bought another one. I thought he said, is this the brush? And she said, yes.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
She says yes. Like this is the, I thought this was but he was thinking that one that they use because he like doing that whole intense spanking beating scene. He destroyed and broke that brush. The other brush was deaded. So he's like, where is this fresh new ass brush from? It's just like I bought another one.
Exactly. So, for me, it felt like she was looking for a new person, like a new inspiration. Like you were that person, and then now I got a new brush and I'm looking for a new person.
Okay,
if it's that means she knew the whole time, Nita.
Yeah,
I ain't watching it again.
No. And that's why I'm gonna just take y'all word for it. I'm gonna assume that some of Tetris perm was stinging my eyes because I did not pick up on her saying it was a brand new brush. So I must have read the scene where I thought she was saying. I was so over the show, I was spacing out, so I must have just missed because I thought she was saying like, "Yes, this is the brush." Oh, but like the abuse never happened.
Mauricio is Jocelyn's new lead. That would be real funny if you just did all of this to just replace the person that you was on her case the entirety of the show. But I thought it was like to solidify, like not only do I like care for you, but you still serve a purpose. You still bring, some musicality out of me that I just maybe can't muster up all on my own. I don't know.
I feel like she'll be, the reason why I say the whole new brush, new muse or whatever, and I feel like maybe that's how her mother was to her. Mm-hmm. Like that's what she felt like she was, and then she used him for some reason when they kept saying that he was a cult leader. And I'm like, well, why would they reveal that so early? And I just feel like that
They ain't know what else to put there.
no, but I'm saying if they reveal it, then it feels like there's something else to it. So maybe now she's on tour, she's doing what she needs to do, and now she got a new brush and she looking for a new muse to go on a different tour.
But Nita, even with that, this is like dropping hints like, oh, did she know the whole time? Because he had that same teary look in his eyes when Xander said, you don't know her.
True.
She's worse than her mother. Like, she's just as much of a manipulator as, anybody. She's an awful person. And this look here in all teary, it just kind of looked like you lied to me the whole time. Like, you're not who, like, but we don't know that. They didn't give us
nothing to even try to speculate. Like, we are writing the story for them.
Yeah,
I ain't signed up for that. I ain't getting no max check.
Right.
I ain't got no Abel, Weeknd, Tedros monies. No.
Like, y'all work in Hollywood, not us.
See, Mauricio can give Jocelyn something that Leah couldn't. Like, you can get my coffee and you can give me that dick. All right, then you can spank me later. You can smother me with a pillow for all I care. Jocelyn, a pimp named Slickback Mauricio, Miss Christine. You know what? But yeah, he is just, from this point, he's like a deer in the headlight, and he's just like dumbfounded. I didn't expect this from him. She's in like full control. He's like a shell of a man at this point. And it's like he's just like, well, at least she left me a pass, and she's just letting me backstage.
Oh my God, this gave me Succession. Do y'all watch Succession?
I've never seen it.
The last episode of Succession, she put her hand down. He put his hand down, and she put it on it like she was not invested, but she got what she wanted.
Yeah, I could see that.
You have to watch Succession. It's so good. That definitely gave me Succession vibes, and that master manipulator vibe that we're talking about. But we don't know, because I don't feel like it was played out in the right way to understand that whether or not it was a master manipulator, or did we just beat a narcissist? Because people are narcissists, and sometimes you gotta beat the game by playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, I get it. They just, from the things I've heard about Succession is a good show. I bet you ain't have to add 5 numbers and calculate and divide and -3 to figure that out. Like, this here, it's just that just said, like, before they even got to the stage, like, you're mine now, you belong to me. Like, you mean to tell me that this? I mean, maybe if Jocelyn was that girl, like, the show clearly wants us to think that she's that girl.
And I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either.
They want us.
They didn't sell it to me, so that's why I'm not buying it.
No, I guess all the nudity. Maybe it's all the little sheer dresses and nipple slips. I don't know.
Maybe yeah.
Like, maybe she's just that sexy, and just maybe her cootie cat is just that good. And he just lost his whole agenda, and it's just all about her now. Of course, she goes out there and says her little spew about the fans rocking with her in the magazine, and I need the person with me who's changed me, and all of this stuff. And
I feel like we're missing a lot of stuff, Tyra. Like, I feel like either we're missing a lot of backstory, or we're missing some.
We're missing a whole glacier.
Tedros standing back there like, she said my name. She said my name. She want me to come out there? Is this my moment? Like, let me find out he was Xander this whole time. You was the real Xander.
All of a sudden, she Nicki Minaj and he's Safari, and it just don't make no sense. He was about to come out there. Right. We gonna see Tetris breakdancing on the stage.
oh my God, she said my name. Oh my God, she claiming me in front of all these people. Now, of course, you have Nikki and all of them, like they're literally dying. Like, girl, didn't we tell you to stay? Like, what? Like, like, how dare you bring him out here? This is just like to solidify, regardless. Like, was this like something selfish on her behalf? Because I doubt that the managers went through with the publication in the Vanity Fair without Jocelyn's knowledge. So, was that a way for her to selfishly tie them together to where his name is Mud with everybody else? Like, if you are going to be doing any work or music at all, whatever, you're only going to be able to do that for me with me when I say so. Like, is that what that was supposed to be?
I like that. So I like that. I like that.
No.
You getting like Naya now. I mean, like Nita, you giving too much credit to them now.
I'm trying to tie some stuff up.
I'm telling you, writing up here trying to make some shit up. We trying to make it up.
You writing the story for them now. No, none of that transpired in the show. That did not happen.
Oh, trying to, please try to add, make 1 + 1 = 2. Like,
we gotta make it make sense, baby.
Because I'm trying to make something out of this ending. Because if we just go off of what they gave us, it's not really anything here.
No,
but
there's not anything here.
But I would think that we would go through all of that, but yet, still call him to be here and take him back, and we're gonna, skip off into the sunset. But let me make your name Mud first, so you can always like. Because what did she say to him here? She was like, "Yeah, go over there. Like, you're mine now, or
you're mine forever."
Yeah, Jocelyn's forever.
That's what she said.
Jocelyn's forever. Like, now you belong to me. You can never go anywhere else and do anything because your name is Mud. But I still love what you do and love what you do to me. So I'm going to keep you around. Go wait over there, baby. Like, and he's like, okay. This is not the Tedros that we met, but I guess we're supposed to believe that Jocelyn changed him.
Listen, it's not the Jocelyn that we met. It's not the Tedros that we met. So 5 episodes in, that's why we're sitting up here looking like, what the hell?
We're supposed to believe that Jocelyn can order him around. I don't believe she could order around a toddler. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, they didn't do well at that at all. Let's see. Hub the Poet said, was she ever really mentally ill? Like, yeah.
Of course not.
No. For me, it felt like when we saw that first episode, that's why I said we need to go back and rewatch it, because I'm telling you, they were giving us breadcrumbs.
Again, where is pretty Tony when you needed him? No, ain't no pretty Tony. Let's see. They did cut the season. I think it was supposed to be, but HBO said they cut it because they were like dragging it. Like, y'all really don't need this last episode. So I really don't feel like we're missing out on anything with that 6th episode. If this was them cutting it down, so because what they had was, I'm not missing out on nothing. I really do not have a plan to go back and watch.
No,
I don't feel like a lot of shows. I know when I'm like, oh my God, like Atlanta or something, like, oh, this was deep. Like, let me go watch this episode of Atlanta at least 3 times so I get, I don't, this is not that show.
No.
You are not that girl.
No.
I do not have any desire to want to connect anything because I honestly don't feel like we really missed anything.
It's not very thinly veiled. Like, I mean, I feel like they did it, but it's very thinly veiled, and you don't have to go back and rewatch foolishness and bullish for nothing.
I will
Nita,
wait.
You are so nice, girl. I need to find a man like you. Child, I could be wrong. So. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
I am gonna wait until some sweet person, whoever desires to go, hey, now that the Idol was over, here's a breakdown of the show and every Easter eggs and every, like, I'll be there. Elliot, Movie House, Elliot, baby, if you're out there, this one's for you. This is a job for Elliot, because I will not. It will definitely not be me. But clearly they are just absolutely done and just pissed off, especially him. Like, girl, you made me do all of that. I'm writing checks. I'm threatening his life. I'm tracking down the Vanity Fair lady in the parking garage and making his name Mud for you to do this, telling him I'm the wolf in the big, like, shut up, ain't nobody asked y'all for that story. For you to do this, for you to bring him on stage and claim him. And it was just kind of like, I guess, her being different from the Jocelyn that we met at the beginning, of course, because Charlotte, at first we couldn't even change up a song without anybody's permission. It's like, girl, we ain't changing nothing. This is what we're doing. Nikki told her to get the hell out of her face. But here it's just like, oh, I don't gotta ask y'all permission for nothing. Like, I want to be with him, and that's what it is. Y'all can't do anything about it. I just brought him out on stage in front of all these people at this concert, I guess. Any ending remarks on The Idol?
I'm going to
Can I get my 5 hours back?
No, I'm going to just need Sam Levinson to go ahead and make an adult film, because that's what he really wants to do. Like, he needs to just go ahead, get with Bang Bros or something. Like, just do it. Like, go ahead. Just do it. We know you want to. And I'm so sad that Miss Lily Rose Depp got naked for this. Like, at least Halle got an Oscar. Like, this was not worth it. Girl, put your little baby titties away and wait for something better. And that is just my final thoughts.
Nita. She didn't crack. You didn't broke Nita.
Listen. I'm right with Nikki. I can't even. But yeah, baby. Yeah. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. The titties wasn't to the end.
And if you ever meet a nigga with a perm,
the memo, it wasn't memeling. Like, it just was not doing it. I'm sorry. It just didn't work.
I never want to see this again.
No.
Personally,
I can't even go back. Like, I was trying to recommend people to go back and try to, like, no, I feel like I can go back and
recommending this to a single soul.
Member decks and there wasn't much there, and we don't have to do it. So
I wouldn't recommend it to my worst enemy.
No, I won't.
I feel like there was something here. We didn't know what to do with the premise, and we got lost once he called Sam Levinson and got rid of that woman who was spearheading the show. What they need to do is release all those episodes that woman who was in charge at first, all that footage that they scrapped in favor of this. They need to release that and let us get a second opinion. Because the relationship with Diane, everything was totally different. What they tried to do was rewrite everything, but still squeeze every single character into this little minimal ass script in 5 episodes. It just wasn't working. I feel like this was really pretentious. I feel like it was a whole bunch of nakedness for no reason. I like titties just as much as the next person. Next time, Sam, you want to show titties, make sure you have an actor who wants to show his thing too. Because I had enough.
Hello.
Of looking at Jocelyn, and I think what we saw. I think we saw the Weeknd's forearm at best. I'm good on that. I have no desire to go back and watch this again, and I'm really good on it. If they do come out with a second season, and they decide to like tweak a couple of, look at me like I ain't watching it.
I'm good on it.
I just would love to see, just out of curiosity, like, where the hell would you take this? Because this seems really final. So they should have named it a limited series, gave us 8 episodes of a good show. And I think we could have had something, but hey, we tried. We tried, y'all.
They tried.
Like Nikki said, we was doing them, giving them props and giving them favors where they didn't deserve none.
So the woman that was in charge of it, do y'all know any of her other works? Anything that she's done before?
I'm sure about to go.
Okay.
I didn't even know nothing was changed.
Yeah,
I haven't heard none of this stuff.
They took it from a woman's hands and put it into Sam Levinson.
Well, this is what happens when you put stuff in a man's hand instead of a woman. You get mess.
This is the Weeknd show. He was always, spearheading the show. This is his show, but he was working with a woman. He felt like the writing and the direction was too much from a female's perspective. He fired her. They had already pretty much shot the whole damn show pretty much. They scrapped all of that, and he hired Sam Levinson and asked him to, hey, redo this. What would you do? Okay, let's shoot it. And then we got this show instead of what we could have gotten before.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm about to go find her because I would love to see, like,
Right.
if she
Like,
did,
I want to know, has she done anything else? Like, I want to know, like, her body of work and whether or not she's done something that I am
familiar with.
Not us being so upset to go look.
Because I really feel like this is like a turn. I always say that out of all the streaming services, I personally feel like HBO has the best original series, but this has like tarnished them for me.
They did.
Who greenlit this?
And they did.
I swear,
because HBO is the best original series. Yes.
Her name isn't really coming up a whole lot, so let me see. Because
this should have been on Stars.
Right,
this should have been on Epics. This should have been on Stars.
This should have been on Tubi.
Not Tubi.
Girl, there's some good shows on Tubi. I've been watching Tubi. I've been on a Tubi binge this weekend.
Really?
I don't know what the hell is going on with me, but I've been on a Tubi binge.
Tubi made me feel like I need to go film a damn movie.
That is not.
Anybody can make a movie. You make a movie. You make a movie. You make a movie. Everybody make a movie. You put it on Tubi.
Not you get a car. You get a car. You get a car. Yeah, I swear, I think they're trying to hide this woman.
We need to hide.
Because I was not seeing just a whole lot. Maybe, this was one of the few things that she did out the gate.
Okay.
If I was just a lighting person on set, I want my name hidden. I would not want to be attached to the show.
Like, I don't even want to be in the boom credits. I'm a boom, like, girl, no.
Don't tell them I catered for the freaking cast.
You ain't gotta put me in the credits. You ain't gotta put me in the credits. I'm good.
Let me look one more time because it seemed like she was like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Don't put my name next to none of that. Oh, she hold on. Let me see, because I'm seeing stuff like the Neon Demon. I see Succession. I'm seeing several things here.
Okay.
I like the Neon Demon. I thought that was like a choice of a horror movie. It was different.
I haven't seen it.
Monsterland. She doesn't have a ton of credits under her name, so this probably would have been like her first time really jumping out there. But it says consulting producer on Succession, like the whole show.
I love that.
A show called Monsterland on Hulu. I did check that out. It was different. And The Idol, of course. But yeah, this is her first time really, really popping out there. We may get it because all of this backlash that the Weeknd is getting, maybe he will release that. But I have kept you ladies long enough.
Yes, 2 hours. We are good.
I knew we were going to be here this long because I just wanted to know everybody's opinion. And I just thought we was going to leave with some answers. I really don't even think we left with none. But
the show didn't give no answers.
Nikki, I am going to give you the screen now so you can let the people know once again where to find you and to go and check you out and sub to your channel. So let me go on and remove.
I am Nikki, and you can find me at King Nikki TV. Movies, TV show reviews, recaps, no men with perms, and we just have a good time over there. And thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
I'm not going to have you out here saying no man with perms. I'm about to lose myself back here.
I thought it was hilarious.
I'm telling you, you know what? This show actually has done something great for the ecosystem because women need to stay away from niggas with bleached eyebrows and perms.
Oh gosh, I just can't. Nita, I'm going to give you the screen, Nita, so you can tell the people where to find you and let them know to go subscribe to your channel.
Baby, y'all can find me on Nita Diva and that's my page. I do a lot of different things, from movie reviews, TV commentary. I do celebrity, whatever. Celebrity, what do you call it? News and all that good stuff. Like, I got a little bit of everything on the channel. Movie reviews, TV shows, all that good stuff. I appreciate Tyra for bringing me on her platform. Nikki, I definitely love you, and I will be subscribing to you. This is the first time I heard of you. And so, yes, I love that we are here and we're able to connect to different people and all that good stuff. And like, you were fantastic tonight. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate Tyra for having me here. So yes, I'm Nita the Diva. Follow me on Nita Bougie on Twitter. If you want to add me, you can add me, because I will give you something. Listen. We'll be on Twitter.
Let me find out what you giving. It sounded really
I will give it back to you. I will give it back to you. If you want to add me, you can add me. You can add me. Okay.
What are you giving me?
Add me on Twitter.
Get some. I was like, girl, what you giving? Thank you,
I
ladies,
appreciate you
so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. Like, once again, I have left the links to the ladies' channels in the chat several times. So if you could click that and go subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. We definitely have to link up for something else, because
yes, this was fun. Y'all are great.
So something
a
good,
recommendation for Tubi is cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Laundry Day. She asked for a recommendation for Tubi, and my recommendation will be Cinnamon. The girl that plays on Raising Kanan, she plays jukebox on Raising Kanan. Damon Wayans also plays on there.
Is it worth us coming here talking about it?
Yes, it's a movie, so we could just do it in one fell swoop. We don't have, it ain't 5 hours of our life we can't get back. we can do Cinnamon. We can come back and do Cinnamon. Watch Cinnamon. Also, too, I've been hooked on the Dirty D.
Somebody else told me about that. Everybody just go to Tubi and watch the stuff that's available on Tubi, because clearly Tubi is getting production and we didn't even know it.
Let me find out Tubi popping.
That Dirty D.
It sounds like it. I'm gonna go and watch Cinnamon. I've never seen it. I kind of seen it there, but if I'm going on Tubi, I'm probably watching an old movie that I need to review.
Taking my notes. Check it out. It's pretty good.
So, in the Dirty D is a series, right?
Yes, this is a series, but it's only 6 episodes per season. It's only 2 seasons. So.
All right, Tubi. They say we can do 6. Don't do 8.
Okay. Call me. Tubi, call me.
But you ladies stay there. I am definitely gonna chit chat with y'all for a moment behind the stage and all those good stuff. But thank you to everybody who was here. We appreciate. Dirty D sounds nasty. I'm not even gonna put that
nasty, it's real nasty.
I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Please leave a comment. I know you guys love to chit chat in the chat and whatnot, but it matters a whole lot that you leave that like and leave some type of comment at the bottom if you enjoyed this and had a good time. I know I had a good time.
I had a good time.
But I would definitely see you guys for my next recap and review and everything that I'm about to drop. Just be on the lookout. Y'all already know YouTube ain't gonna notify you, so I'm not even gonna waste my time. Just be on the community tab waiting for my stuff. Go subscribe to these 2 ladies. We will definitely be back to talk about something good, and that's not The Idol. Thank you guys.
My